Hey, what's happening? Steve Cortica coming at you with a review of the ISOLO Prime Winds wireless system created by Cloud Vocal. I'm going to do something a little unique with this review by using this mic for the entire review, just so you can get an idea of what it sounds like in a variety of different situations. This is specifically supposed to be used in live performances for wind instruments, but I thought it would be cool to talk about some of the features as I'm actually going through them, and you can hear how they're reflected not only on the saxophone, but on my voice as well. One thing I think that sets this unit apart is that it is very compact, but it has a lot of versatility for such a compact setup. You'll notice here there's a variety of knobs that give us depth and control. This is actually the main receiver unit, and as you can see, it's very small, takes up a very tiny amount of space on stage or wherever you're going to be. Within this unit, we have the capability to control the treble, the bass, the wireless send, as well as the master gain for both the effects and the raw sound coming out of your instrument. Currently, I have the treble turned all the way up just because it's giving me a better sound and a clearer sound on my voice. Here's what it would sound like with the bass all the way up. Check, check, tut, 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 and the bass all the way down. Treble all the way up and treble all the way down. Tut, tut, tut. You can hear how muddy that is now. I don't know if this EQ setting would ever be even usable, but again, to have the option to control your sound this much in a live situation is very unique for both a wireless unit and a unit that is this small. Another option that I've never seen on a wireless setup is to have effects. Here there is a blend knob that gives us the ability to adjust the amount of effects that we're putting onto whatever the signal is. The different effects are written right on the side of the box so you can know immediately what you're getting into. It's really, really great, again, to have it built all into this very compact unit instead of have to bring a variety of effects pedals or a rig in order to get these specific unique sounds. Let's get into some playing. For this, I'm turning the mic EQ back down to everything being at 12 o'clock, just so we can see what the natural un-EQ'd sound is with the instrument. turn the treble back up here. So hopefully this gives you a good idea of the capabilities of this specific unit. A couple things I didn't really mention yet that are worth mentioning is that this does need to be plugged into a power source. I believe it has a 50 to 100 foot range, and there's actually a range booster button. If you're finding that you keep getting out of range, press this button and it can extend the signal for how far you can travel with your instrument. In general, if you're on a stage and you're not walking the bar or walking through an audience, you're not going to need more than 50 feet. One thing I love about this is it comes with a couple different cables. Right now I'm using actually the 1/4 inch out cable to go directly into a board, and that gets you set up and ready to play. Because they include both in the packaging, you have the option here to use either one. You also have another option in case you're not getting a good signal to crank the gain. Again, when I try anything out, I try to keep it at factory settings, so I have the gain right now at 50. But again, it looks like there's the option to have a lot more output of sound from this specific unit in case they're not getting it at the board for whatever reason. Within the microphone itself, there's actually 3 different levels of gain staging as well, which is a pretty cool option to have. And it's powered by a rechargeable USB charged battery. And again, just looking at this thing, the overall compactness of it is pretty superb and very, very useful. The bell clip for the mic is padded, so you're not going to mess up the bell of your instrument, whatever it is, trumpet, trombone, saxophone. One thing that's interesting is the receiver actually velcros. The velcro system appears to be very, very sturdy. It's like pretty hard to pull this away. So it stays on even when the horn is moving. My overall take on this mic is that it is a very unique product. It gives you the capability to have effects, but also have a very, very small and concise wireless setup. In order to have even those basic level of effects, if you wanted to buy a multi-effects board and then all of the things that are required to make that work, you would still need to spend a couple $100 in order to get all of those in the same place. With this setup, you're getting EQ qualities, a wireless microphone setup that takes up a very small footprint, and also effects all packaged into the same unit. If anything like that exists, drop it down in the comments. I'd be curious to know what else is out there that could compete with this, but for right now, I am happy to review this product and say that there's a pretty good bang for your buck factor with all the things that this brings to the table. Please check one out for yourself. The link is in the description below, and stand by for lots more future content.